Game is on. First to break away is Garrycastle. It's heading in towards James Dolan. Look to be fouled. He is fouled. Leg is being pulled in a free in, and there's a chance for Desi Dolan maybe to get the opening score for Garrycastle, and Desi has the ball in his hand. An important kick here for Desi Dolan. Remember, they lost the 209 final very narrowly to Portlaoise in Tullamore in 0-9. So the breeze, whatever breeze that's in it, is favouring Garrycastle, the Westmeath champions, in the opening half. Bridges, they're playing against the breeze. Desi Dolan with the first kick after 32 seconds of play, lawn over the crossbar, a lovely point, and it's a brilliant start here for the Westmeath champions, but it's very early days. I'm joined by Pat Delaney. Pat, 32 seconds, what a start for Garrycastle to have the breeze, but not a strong breeze or anything, but a very good score to settle them.
Oh, very important for Garrycastle, Gerry. Good work by Shawnee Donoghue. Remember, he had a great game against the tie, caught the first ball, and now he's been blown for a slight push in the back, but a great start at Desi Dolan point.
Certainly is. A free to Brigids away on the far side of the field. They're looking to take a short one. They do take a short one coming up. There's a second free, a push in the back this time again, and the push in the back was Rory McGowan that committed a foul. Here come Brigids, is heading into Philly Ryan. The corner forward, very strong player Philly Ryan. He's trying to get inside Tom McHugh. Does try to get inside him. He has held on a long time. Still Philly Ryan throws it back out to John O'Loughlin, the Laois and Mount Medic man with the ball. Originally from Rosenallis, moving in along the in-line. This is a great chance for Brigids. They're moving in. Referee watches on. It's a free. It has to be a free. Foul just outside the box, and this is a chance for Brigids to get the equaliser, and the referee still dial. Is he noting the number? He looked to have slipped down, but the referee still dial, but he's actually taking the name of Dornhart for that push going in. He's taking, yes, he's writing the name, and looks like this, it could be a yellow card for Dornhart. That would be a very harsh yellow card for the Garrycastle, and certainly is a very harsh yellow card for Dornhart, because it was just a push going in. So certainly that's a blow to Garrycastle, a chance for Brigids of Dublin to get the equaliser close in, 14 metre out. Certainly this looks very, very easy indeed. It's gone floating in and floating over the crossbar, and the player that has scored it is Ken Darcy, the full forward. Pat, a very soft free, but a very harsh yellow card.
Yeah, very costly free as well, Gerry, because the lead only lasted 1 minute, and we haven't played 3 minutes, I suppose. I've already 4 frees, and 3 of them gone to St Brigids, and that's something that I'm sure Anthony Cunningham will want to stamp out in, because you can't afford to be giving away frees on a day like today, when probably the scoreline won't be that high, but frees would be very important.
Cathal Mullen with the kick out. We're only gone 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and we have 2 scores already. It's heading back out towards Carol Henson. Henson gathers it neatly. He's under pressure. Still Carol Henson. Has he held on too long? He hasn't. He gets to the Shawnee O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue with a lovely ball across to the far side of the field to corner forward Gary Dolan, away out. Gets it up towards Desi, the centre half forward. Desi with the ball 35 metres out. It's a kick good from Desi, and it's inch perfect from the ace footballer from Westmeath. And Garrycastle, Desi Dolan. That's a brilliant point. A great reply by Garrycastle, and certainly, Pat, the point that Brigids got didn't worry Desi Dolan, but it was Gary, the brother, that got it out the field and set it up.
Yeah, came from Shawnee Donoghue in defence, and good work there by the half back there as well. And number 13 for Westmeath appears to be playing out around the half forward, and he certainly had a big part to play, and no better man than Desi when he got in that position.
Certainly was, but here come Brigids. Good game of football in store. The player that has it, John O'Loughlin. Still John O'Loughlin, moving it down on this side of the field. Goes back to Dara Plunkett. Plunkett getting it inside to Ken Kilmurray. He will tell you more about Ken Kilmurray. Of course, Offaly connections. His dad, former Kevin Kilmurray, that played with Offaly. And the ball got inside. It's a dangerous ball, but it's going to be gathered neatly by Enda Mulvihill. Mulvihill under pressure, but he is Shawnee O'Donoghue outside. Neat little pass out and back again to Henson, back to Dornhart, centre back, and he sends it back to Carol Henson. He dispatches it away on this side of the field, coming out to Gary Dolan. He's the corner forward, but he's playing deep back, getting it up the field towards the full-back, John Gaffey. He scored a point in the replay against Mullingar Shamrock, the full-back. This comes, it is out to James Dolan. James Dolan moving it back, moving it in towards Patrick Mulvihill. He won't get to it because the goalkeeper Shane Supple, the captain, gets it. He gets it out to full-back Martin Cahill, dispatching it away out the field to out towards the middle of the field. Ball blocked down. Shawnee O'Donoghue will watch it. It's come. That's great work by the midfielder. Midfielder Barry Cahill, the Garda with the ball, And was there a foul committed? The referee says he's calling back a Westmeath player again, or a Garrycastle player. I didn't see what happened, Pat.
Yeah, it's a slight trip, Gerry, but I think he done it right in front of the referee, and it's going to be the second yellow card for Garrycastle, which is more bad news. The second defender, and that man had been playing well for them, Carl Henson, a second yellow card, a harsh one, but he did put out his foot when the centre field player Barry Cahill was passing him.
Then Padder Andrews with the kick, kicking it low to the corner, looking for the return pass. He's not going to get it. Out towards the half forward is Mark Cahill. Mark Cahill dispatching a huge one out towards Sean Murray, the star of the semi-final against Portlaoise Murray. He was on the Dublin team for the league last year, but lost out for the championship. Still Sean Murray going very, very strong. He's on the 21-metre line, throws it back out. He comes out to Philly Ryan. Philly Ryan with the ball far side of the field, moving inside. Strong player Philly Ryan. He was fouled the last time. He's went in for the free, but it's coming back into the centre. To the corner forward, getting it is Ken Kilmurray, but Kilmurray's shot is gone to the right and gone wide. But great covering, great defending by Garrycastle that time. But they're on 2 yellow cards, the half-back and the centre-back, and that's a huge blow. Very, very, maybe the second one, but I thought Doran's hard yellow card was a very, very harsh decision. But the referee was much nearer than we were. It was just looked like a push. But here comes Cathal Mullen, former Westmeath goalkeeper, to take the kick out, and the scoreline I haven't told you in case you joined us. 2 for Garrycastle of Westmeath, 1 for Naomh Breed or St Brigids of Dublin as the kick out. What a catch in the centre of the field by David O'Shaughnessy. Sends a lovely ball across to Gary Dolan. He has moved in now. He's about 35 metres out. Lovely ball. He's as good as his as toward Mulvihill. Mulvihill with it. He's getting the ball out into the centre. That's not a good ball at all. It's curling to the right and gone out and wide. It might have been more. There was a very good chance, but it's the first wide, I think, Pat, for Garrycastle.
Yeah, wide apiece now, Gerry, but Garrycastle will be happy enough after that second yellow card. They didn't concede the equaliser, so they still have that point ahead. Very important from this stage. Looks like it's going to be a low-scoring game, and both teams will have learned from Sildoyle that any little indiscretion is going to be punished with a yellow card, and that'll be very serious. And I'm sure Dublin will be anxious that they don't get yellow cards. They usually do, but they haven't got anything so far.
Certainly do, but it's close and hard. It's 7 minutes, 27 seconds gone in the Leinster AIB Club Football Championship, the competition that started way back in 1970. The first team to win the Leinster was that famous club from Offaly Gracefield, and the ball's gone out over the line on the far side of the field, and it's a line ball, and it's for Westmeath, and Doran Hart is up to take the centre half back. He's on the 45-metre line. He'll be looking for Desi. He's got Desi. He has gathered it. Desi has won every ball that he has got inside. Moving back, still Desi Dolan, 35 metres out, a beauty of a kick, and it's sailing over. Well, certainly Desi Dolan's on form. 3 brilliant points from Desi, but certainly, Pat, every ball he has contested over there, he's got it.
Yeah, but he's shown his experience there, Gerry. He just gets into the right place, and he's able to score from where he gets the ball, and he had time to steady himself there, and he's getting great passes, and that puts the side 3 points to 1 in front.
Certainly does. The centre of the field, the kick out. Who's going to get it? Gathered up by the big man, David O'Shaughnessy. He's under pressure. He'll get his way out. He gets it back to cornerback Gary Dolan. Gary Dolan playing everywhere, and is it brother Desi that has got it again? 35 metres out, Desi. He'll try to kick. This is not a good one for Desi. This will drop to the goalkeeper. But goalkeeper comes away out, sends it back out, comes to Sean Murray. Murray with the ball, driving forward. Murray still with it. Still Sean Murray. Ball blocked down. Good work by Westmeath. Murray returns and gets it again. Gets it back to the half-back, Gavin Kane. Kane to this side of the field, close to the sideline, moved in, picked up neatly by Kieran Mullins. Mullins, the big midfielder, getting the ball knocked away. Murray goes in, referee watches the ball. Ball touched on a very hard look there that time by number 10, Rory McGowan. But it's a bad free from St Brigids to Dublin, and here comes Garrycastle again. Shawnee Donoghue on the far side of the field, all on his own, looking for someone to get it. It gets it to Mulvihill inside, moving well, under pressure. Has he a player? That's a bad ball, but it's a good ball now because it's gone to Gary Dolan, and Dolan dispatches it in, but to the right and wide. Great move again, Pat, for the camp in missing Dolan.
No, great ball into Gary Dolan. Unfortunately didn't go to Desi. Desi had one before that, but he kicked it with his weak left foot and it dropped short and the goalie caught it. But they're playing very well. A bad free, untypical of St Brigids, a bad free out of the defence. that should have been punished, and they could have put 3 points between the sides.
Certainly is. The breeze is with Garrycastle, 3 points to 1. How significant the breeze is, well, that will tell for the second half. The kick out is on its way, but it's landing towards the centre of the field. Ball is blocked down. Referee says hand on the back, push, and a push for St Brigids to Dublin. Here they come again, and John O'Loughlin's with it. John moving it across into the centre for Ken Kilmurray. Ken moving it down the field, moving it back into the centre. Here comes Philly Ryan. Philly Ryan is a very, very strong player. There's lots of red jerseys on round the place. The player that has it now is Alan Daly. He's the corner back, sending it across to the far side of the field. Referee watches on. John Gaffey is out there. That's a great kick in. If that goes on, it's a great catch in the goals by Cathal Mullen. He's under pressure, but he gets it away out to Doran Hart. Doran Hart under pressure, gets it back again to McGowan. McGowan to Hart. They're playing between them. That's a good ball. They're under pressure back there, getting it out to John Gaffey. Lovely ball from Gaffey away on this side of the field, and here comes Carl Henson. Henson with the ball. He's under pressure. He throws it back. Sean Donoghue's back there. Back to Mark McCallion. McCallion's away. He's on a solo run. Gone away up the field now. He's opening up the defence. It's moving out for Desi Dolan. Desi going down. Got the ball. Thought he was fouled, but he still has it. He's about 35 out. He's trying to get inside. He'll have a free. He'll have Mulvehel inside. Can he make something out of this? He's trying to get inside. He's under pressure. Throws it back into the centre. The player that has it now is Rory McGowan. McGowan will try the right footed kick. Good kick, all right, but it's curling out to the right and wide. Lots of chances, Pat, but another wide.
3 wides, Gerry, but they're completely dominating there at the moment, and I'm surprised Brigids haven't made a move there on Desi Dolan, because he's completely dominating in there in his corner. I have no doubt that somebody will be brought in there. But Garrycastle, some of their half forwards are back helping out to the defence, and so far it has worked out, Gerry. So I'm sure they know what they're doing themselves, but it's probably causing confusion for St Brigids.
Certainly is causing confusions, but Brigids will be very happy. The breeze is against them in the opening half. Mightn't be too strong. Shotty Donoghue goes up. Ball brought down. Brigids will win it. Get it across into the centre. The player that has it again is John O'Loughlin. Dispatches it out to Mullins in the centre of the field. Lovely ball for the corner back, Alan Daly, but it's too hard for Alan Daly. It's gone out over the line, and the line ball, and quickly taken to Shawnee O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue with it. Back into the far side of the field. They're moving up the line. Brigids certainly in trouble back there. Goes back to Rory McGowan. He'll be disappointed that he hasn't got a couple of scores. He got a few good chances, but here comes Tom McHugh. Lovely ball to Carol Henson. Henson gone to the ground, and the referee, will he be calling back the St Brigids player? He will. This is possibly the first yellow card for the Brigids man. Graham Norton is it, and I'm just looking around. Our Gavin Kane, the referee, writing all right. Is it the third yellow card? It is, Pat.
It is indeed, and the man he fouled was Carl Henson, who got a half yellow card there earlier on, so that kind of balances the books.
Certainly does. Ball inside. The player that has it is Desi. Desi with the right-footed kick. What a kick from Desi Dolan. That's as good as you get from a player of Desi Dolan's calibre. Beautiful over the crossbar. Pat, half a look and a lovely strike.
Oh, back on his right foot, Gerry, just inside the post, and didn't try to run past his man. Had the confidence to go from 40 metres out. A great point. He's fourth of the game, and certainly he is the man of the match so far by a mile.
Certainly is. It's a Dolan show so far here, and certainly Martin Cahill is throwing his weight around a little bit to Desi, but I think Desi won't mind too much about that. Ball gone out over the sideline from the kick out. Nothing going right for Brigids, but it's early stages yet. They're a great team, and we know them in the championship, the way they have come back. Here's young James Dolan, the cousin to Desi, and Gary getting the ball, being dragged to the ground, getting the free. Who's going to take it? Is Desi going to take it? He mightn't take this one. He's 11 it to James Dignan. Dignan will take it. That's a lovely ball inside. This is a good chance here now for Garrycastle to get another score, and another score to get for a man, Carol Henson, the half-back. What a score, Pat. That's a great move. The half-back's up scoring, but Desi has scored 4, Henson has scored 1.
Yeah, they're certainly causing huge problems there for Brigids, and I see their midfielder sitting, Barry Cahill, sitting on the ground there at the moment. He's going to receive attention, but I see John O'Loughlin back dropping deep. The Brigids have moved the full-back on to Desi Dolan, and it'll be interesting to see if he has any more luck, but he already has 4 fabulous points, 3 coming from play.
Certainly has. They'll try this side of the field for the kick out. Ball blocked down again. Garrycastle will win it. Should have won that one, lost it. Ball back in the centre. The player that has it is John O'Loughlin. He's trying hard. He gets it out to Garrycastle. That was down a moment ago. He's not been pushed off it. That's a hefty show. Well, I thought it was a hefty shoulder, but notice the referee. It was a little bit low, and it's a free. Carol Henson is asking Sil Dial, why was he pulled for that one? Who's going to take it? Centre forward Paddy Andrews. We haven't seen a lot of Paddy Andrews. He's to take this free. Paddy Andrews now for St Brigids. Here he comes wearing number 11. Well, just before the game, just down in front of us, there was more fireworks and flags of St Brigids, but certainly, what a catch back there by Tom McHugh. Brilliant work by him, but Sean Murray's the player that's waiting to gather it out there in the centre of the field. Long ball down from Murray, getting it into the side, ball close to the sideline. Bridges have it, their number 9, Mullins has it. He's under pressure, he's been robbed by Shawnee Donoghue. What a work, and here comes Enda Mulvihill. He's the full forward, but he's back in the half-back line. No one knows where they're playing. Bridges are in real trouble because they don't know where they're playing, and here comes Desi Dolan, but the ball knocked away from Desi. The full-back Martin Cahill gets this one. Here comes Bridges. They're building from the back. Corner back is back there. Murray's back there, getting it out to the corner back. Corner back is Graham Norton. Norton throws it down the field, and here comes John O'Loughlin. John with great burst of speed, still coming with the ball, still trying to get inside. Still John O'Loughlin. Is he held up? He's not been fouled. Getting it back to Padder Andrews. Andrews back to John O'Loughlin again. Well, they're making not a lot of room to get scores. They're coming now, moving in front of goals. Ball gone across the centre to the midfield. They're gone across now to Mark Cahill. Cahill, but it's kicked in this time. That's a good ball. But Cahill Mullen watches it go out to the right and go out and wide. Pat, the movement looks sluggish and slow from Bridges in the end, the wide.
Yeah, and as John O'Loughlin is involved in everything that's good about Bridges, I suppose, Gerry, in fairness, but it probably, Garrycastle will be delighted, and Andy Cunty will be delighted to see John back out so deep, because he has the forage back there, because he's not getting the supply of ball. He's in around midfield there now at the moment, but that'll suit Garrycastle down to the ground, and they're playing very well, and they're not panicking, and they have it on the scoreboard.
Yes, they have it on the scoreboard, 5 points to 1, and maybe could have been a few more, but this time they don't win the break in the centre of the field. A foul, and the foul is for St Brigids, taken quickly by Ken Kilmurray. Kilmurray getting it inside, moving it down. This is a nice ball in. This is a good move now. Centre half forward, Paddy Andrews inside, trying to move inside. Andrews with the ball. Shot blocked out. Great defending, and Tom McHugh's the man that's there. Out to Shawnee O'Donoghue, and the big man in the centre of the field gets it out to young James Dolan. Dolan's looking for the break. He's a great man to run. Dolan's on his way, 35-40 metres still with the ball. James Dolan moving towards the goals, and he's one to the cousin Desi. Desi with a lovely ball on the far side of the field. This is good, back to Desi again. He's the playmaker out around the centre, and here comes Shawnee Donoghue. Can they get a score out of this? The player that has it is Shawnee O'Donoghue. The ball is gone in, and just touched it. It's gone out and wide. It could have wound up in the back of the net, just out to the left and wide. Good chance, Pat, that maybe could have been a few more points up.
Certainly could, but Bridges are far from happy at the moment, because Shawnee Donoghue was there standing all on his own. He might have gone further, but he attempted there, and the ball seemed to spun off his foot, but it was a great chance of a goal.
Certainly was. 5 points to 1 point in favour of Garrycastle. 18 minutes gone in the centre of the field. Bridges win it. They're winning a good lot of ball, breaking ball in the centre of the field, but making very little out of it. But what a goal would change the game if Bridges were to get it. Garrycastle's all good work would be gone a begging here in Tullamore in this Leinster football final. Ball blocked down, lost out in the centre, gone in. Referee watches all. I thought it was a trip. Notice the referee. Who's going to get it? Ball is in. Boots is going everywhere. Referee watches. Boots goes in, but there's no free, but Shawnee O'Donoghue doesn't mind. He gets it away out to the half-back, and Mulvihill getting it up to James Dolan. Away he goes, Dolan. He's trying to get away from his marker. He's still moving it along into cousin Desi. Desi turning, twisting, moving, getting it across to this side of the field. The pass not too, just broke down for just a moment. The player that has it now is Gary Dolan. Can Gary get it over the crossbar? Gary's kick has gone in and gone over the crossbar. Brilliant score for Garrycastle, but what a move, Pat. The two Dolan brothers and cousin James as well.
Yeah, but that came from a great move by Paddy Andrews, but when he got inside he had no help at all, and it was great defence by Doran Hart. It went to the Dolans eventually, and a great point.
Certainly a great point, but here comes Bridges. The breaking ball could be dangerous, but what a bit of work by John Gaffey, the captain. He breaks it down, gathers it, and he's fouled by two players, John Gaffey and the full forward going in late. But John Gaffey, the sportsman he is, he's up and about, making nothing about it whatsoever. And here comes the men from Garrycastle with Tom McHugh getting the ball. Great footballer McHugh, moving it back to Doran Hart. Former Westmeath star under pressure. Referee says foul committed. He's noting a number of one of the players. And here comes James Dolan. But James' first ball went over. He has lost this one. He should have held on. And here comes Brigids now to half a corner back. Alan Daly with the ball picked up off the ground, or thrown, says the referee, but the referee's taking none of it. Nothing going right for St Brigids at the moment. We're 20 minutes and 17 seconds into the game. Here comes the ball, and Desi Dolan again. Desi moving, trying to get inside. He will get inside, or can he get inside? He throws it back to the player that has it. This corner forward, James Daigan back to Desi. Desi to Daigan again. They'll play for possession. They'll get possession. They've lots of players everywhere coming across on this side of the field, moving it in. James Dolan, a lovely ball. Here's a chance. Shotgun in. Oh, terrible wide altogether. Tom McHugh is at the half back, or the corner back that was up there, but Pat, what a chance.
Great move, Gerry. Got to Gary Dolan. Unfortunately, he offloaded to a defender who, Tom McHugh, was having a fine game, but he's certainly not a corner forward. But I suppose it was worth a try. But certainly, Brigids are getting very frustrated.
Certainly is, but 1 point in 21 minutes, and certainly the management team of Mark Byrne and Gerry McAtee will be very, very far from happy, and they'll be frustrated. But remember, they were behind in a lot of games. They didn't panic, and back they came. What a goal to do, to change the game completely. But Shane Supple now, the captain, being allowed to tie his boot here. 21 minutes 27 seconds into the opening half. Garrycastle on 6 points. St Brigids of Dublin just 1 point in, and certainly the referee, I just wonder about this, certainly the St Brigids keeper is taking a long time over this one, and I'm wondering at Sil Dial, he has been fairly exact all through, and he's looking at the watch as well, but he's just showing that's what a catch in the centre of the field by Gary Dolan. Fantastic catch. Brought down, foul, a free in, and who's going to take this one? Will they take the short one? Nothing has really gone wrong yet. They have a good chance here in front of goals now. Moving it back to James Dolan. He'll try and get inside. Still James Dolan. Will James try to kick? He's gone in, not a good one. Mulvihel has it in front of goals. Shotgun in. Ball blocked down. Referee, it's a free out. But Mulvihel, what a pity, Pat. That was some chance.
Oh, a great chance of a goal, but then he committed a stupid foul. The referee had no choice but to award a free on. If he had to keep his powder dry, he would have got a second chance. But
certainly would. Garrycastle getting huge chances. They could have had this game out of sight for St Brigids at half-time with the chances they have got in front of goals. But here come Brigids. Ken Kilmurray is back. Here's the corner forward down the field to Barry Cahill. Barry Cahill not shining like the way Brigids would hope he would. Back again to the corner forward, Kilmurray. Kilmurray moving it in. They'll be watching here now, hoping to keep it out. Garrycastle are moving back, lots of players. Ball moved up the field, but here come Bridges. Player that has it is Philly Ryan. Lovely ball across for the hard corner back, Alan Daly. He's 45 metres out now from the Garrycastle goals. Moves it in, not a great kick, but it's gone to Kieran Mullen. Mullen has it. He'll be looking for players. Bridges will be certainly looking for a point at least, and maybe the goal. Ball blocked down, but back to Philly Ryan. Philly Ryan driving forward, very, very strong. Philly Ryan, 35 metres out. A very good kick from Philly Ryan. That looks like very, very... Oh, there's your shot. Shotgun in, oh, brilliantly got out and wide. It looked like certain the full forward Ken Darcy had nothing to do but tip it into the net. Well, if we thought Mulvihel's chances looked easy, Pat, we thought that looked a lot easier.
Well, it was easier to score than miss that one, Gerry, but great work by the defence, and it just shows the confidence of Garrycastle to get back to that one. Philly Ryan's effort was absolutely spot on. It just hit the post. It might have gone over for a point, but it fell back perfectly, and the full forward was waiting for Ken Darcy. But it didn't work out for him. I thought it might have been a 45, but there's no dispute, and that's certainly a huge let-off for Garrycastle before half-time.
Certainly is. 24 minutes and 10 seconds gone in O'Connor Park in this nail-biting AIB Leinster Club football final. A free, hand on the back. Garrycastle had possession, giving away a few silly frees now that maybe the shouldn't. Here comes Brigids again, and John O'Loughlin playing his heart out. The leash man getting it into half-forward Mark Cahill with the ball. A goal would destroy the men from Garrycastle if they were to let one in before half-time. That's a good ball, but Cahill Mullen is there. Brilliant save by Mullen. Comes away out, and the player that has it is James Daigan. Here's the corner forward, gets it back to Shawnee O'Donoghue. Back again to Daigan, and here comes Daigan. 35 metres out. What's he going to do with this? He get it across to Shawnee Donoghue. He's a big man. They'll move it upfield. Donoghue still with it, trying to break through. Still Shawnee O'Donoghue. Has he a player over here? He has. He's not going to pass it. He passes it across to the far side of the field. That's gathered up neatly, and that has to be a free. The foul is committed by... Oh, it's a lovely ball by Mulvehill. Gone to James Dolan. Dolan trying to move in. He gets it back to Desi. Desi's kicking in. Not good enough from Desi Dolan. But what a move again. And here comes Brigids. They were lucky enough, nothing happened there. They're moving out, but John O'Loughlin is everywhere. Goes back out to Plunkett. Plunkett driving it forward. Goes back to Mark Cahill. Cahill getting it across to Sean Murray. Murray driving it, sending it down towards the centre. Going back towards Kieran Mullen. Mullen with the ball. This is the dangerous one. But dropping in, falling down, the player that goes at the full forward, but it's gathered up beautiful back there by Enda Mulvehill. Mulvehill under pressure, he's been fouled, and he'll get the free and take it out, and Shawnee O'Donoghue has it, and here comes the Westmeath champions again, rolling up the field. Gone across there, Rory McGowan with the ball, getting it across Carroll to Doran Hart with the ball, under pressure, being fouled in the free, and the free is to Garrycastle. Quickly taken across to Desi. He's 70 metres out from goal. Desi Dolan is away on a solo run. Desi Dolan, lovely ball inside. The pass not good at all from Desi Dolan. Might work out, not going to work out, because back helping there is Kilmurray. I'm surprised at Desi's pass. A little bit too hard, comes out the field, this side of the field. They're opening up the defence down here now. Bridges are trying to move the ball, getting it out towards Patter Andrews. Patter gets it back to John O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin driving forward, still John O'Loughlin throws it back to Patter Andrews. Andrews trying to get it inside to Mark Cahill. He does get it inside. That's a good ball. Referee watches on. It's a free in, and what a pity. Great defending there. Westmeath, Garrycastle player gone down, but Pat Bridges haven't scored from the first minute of this first half, and we're 27 minutes gone, and a chance for Bridges to get their second score in the Leinster Club final. And Pat, not too many would have expected that to be only 1 point got after that many minutes.
No, and the point they got, Gerry, we thought came from a dubious free, although it did result in a yellow card for Doran Hart, but it was a dubious free. But they're really up against it out there, and John O'Loughlin has certainly, he set up that free. The ball came back out to him, and Westmeath Garrycastle haven't scored since that fierce miss down there by Pat Mulvehill. I know neither of them have scored, but this is a great chance for Dublin, Martin Cahill, is it? Mark Cahill to get their second score, and that'll be a huge score for them, because they really had lost their way, and if they got back and got a score, well then it would be a different ball.
Certainly would, and certainly he has got it in, and it's gone to the left and wide. Well, Pat, to say when things go wrong, they really go wrong. That was a golden miss.
Oh, that was an awful chance, playing even into the breeze, but he didn't even seem to be confident kicking it. He probably was out a little bit, but that's a fierce miss for Bridges, and another let-off for Garrycastle.
Certainly is a bad miss there. So we're gone, 28 minutes on the clock, 13 seconds as well. So when added on, there'll be about 2 minutes, I think, of added on time will be played. There was a little bit of stoppage time delayed by the goalkeeper. If the referee takes all that into account, will we have any more scores before half-time? Ball gone up the field, blocked down and fell up by Shawnee Donoghue, but the referee had sounded the whistle. A Brigids free out in the centre of the field, and who's going to take this? Well, it's kicked away on this side. Well, no, it's kicked down, but it's going over there on the far side of the field. So Garrycastle are going back, and it'll be a free for Brigids now out around the centre of the field. They have a lot of players on waiting for this Ken Kilmurray. If it comes his way, what way is it going to go? Nobody knows. There's no real loose players now. It's coming to Ken Kilmurray. Kilmurray, he'll try and kick it in because there's nothing happening. They're trying to walk balls in, not working out. They're moving this one and gone back out here now and trying to get it there. Plunkett with the ball. Plunkett kicking it across. A terrible kick by Plunkett, and away comes Gary Dolan driving out the defence, moving it up to this side of the field. Patrick Mulvihill is trying to get it, keeps it in play. It's gone out over the line, and I just wonder Bridget's ball all right to get it, and they'll take it quickly. They need a score. Kilmurray has it. Ken, he's moving down. Sean Murray has it. Murray's moving, trying to get inside. Murray getting it across. Ball gone across now to John O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin moving it in towards Ken Kilmurray. Kilmurray driving forward. Ball gone in. The referee, is he going to give the free? It's gone inside. Ball blocked down by the full forward, Ken Darcy. Darcy with the ball. And it has to be a free in. A terrible free gave away by Shawnee. I think it was Shawnee Donoghue. No need for it whatsoever. He just turned and pulled the player to the ground. Pat, no need for that at all.
No, and Shawnee could find himself in trouble, and Shawnee has had a fine game up to that. I suppose there was the threat, I suppose, of a goal. They didn't want to concede a goal, but it looks like it could be the third yellow card for Garrycastle, and that puts them under pressure for the second half. And it was a wild tackle, there's no mistake about it. And this is another chance for Brigids to narrow the gap.
Yeah, well, certainly you'd put your house on this free because it's only on the 14-metre line, and certainly it would be only their second score of the opening half here, and we're 30 minutes and 34 seconds gone here into the Leinster Club Football Championship, and that's what it is. It's actually not. It hits the post and comes back out, and come out to James Dignan. Dignan with the ball. He's gone to the ground, and the referee certainly going in. He didn't see the referee, but whether the umpire saw it or not, we don't know, but the referee, he did see it. He's calling the corner back. He's calling Graham Norton aside, or not, the full forward Ken Darcy aside. That's who he's calling aside, and what a pity now. There's a number of yellow cards, but that was a fairly hefty tackle by the full forward, and that's a yellow card for the full forward, and a lot of people maybe expected that it might be a little more, but we'll talk more at half time on that. So it's going to be a free. What's the time? The time is 31:22 seconds gone. Here come Garrycastle from the kick out. They'll be hoping not to concede a score before half time. Ball blocked out. The player that has it is John Gaffey to Tom McHugh. McHugh with the ball, trying to get out. It's gone out over the line. It'll be a line ball, and the line ball is going to be to Garrycastle. Quickly taken. Back to Carol Henson. Henson with the ball. Has he anybody inside? He is the centre half back. Dornhart. Solar his way out. Tom McHugh with it. He's under pressure. Has no one to pass it to Tom McHugh, but that looked like a free. But that's a lovely ball gone across. James Dignan, they do better work than that. He does do it, but the referee has sounded the half-time whistle in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. Unbelievable. The St Brigids of Dublin have only scored 1 point. 6 for Garrycastle. Pat, we could sum the game up. Garrycastle have played the best football in this Leinster Club Football Championship so far, but yet there's not one.
Well, it's not one, Gerry, but we said it was going to be a low-scoring game, but we didn't think that the Dublin champions, on the year the Dublin won the All-Ireland, that the county champions would only have a point got in a half an hour's football in Tullamore. But certainly Garrycastle deserve, and the thing about Garrycastle is they will be going in disappointed that they weren't further ahead, apart from the Mulvihill's chance of a missed goal, a golden opportunity there for a goal that might have led to a free, that might have been at least a point, but they also had several good chances. They had no wides for a while, but I think now that they have hit 5 bad wides. Dublin have had 3 wides, but it typical sums up Brigids, I think, in the last 5 minutes. They have come into the game. They got 2 great chances there. One of them came off the upright, get back into play. Number 14, the full forward, should have had a goal. And then the 2 frees, bad wide, and the last free was hit the upright as well. So I suppose if your name is not on it, it's not on it. But Dublin management of Gerry McEntee, I think, and Mark Byrne will be very, very annoyed. But I think in the physical stakes there is very important that Garrycastle are winning the physical battle as well, which a lot of teams don't win against Dublin teams, but certainly their backs are playing very, very well. Dornhart's having a fine game. and their centre field player, and really we don't like to keep on about him because he's a leishman, but John O'Loughlin to me is the leading player on the Dublin team, but unfortunately for him and for Brigids, he has to drop back around the half back line. He's playing around the middle of the field and giving Garrycastle a chance to mop up back in the back line.
But Pat, Sean Murray was the dominant figure against Portlaoise in the semi-final. Padder Andrews as well. They're completely blotted out today.
Yeah, well, Sean Murray has been winning a lot of ball, but he's no great threat. Because a lot of Garrycastle are running the balls down the wings. Sean Murray, I suppose, has been one of their brighter players, but in a low-scoring game you would still give Brigids a chance, because when Gerry McEntee gets him back inside, I'm sure that they'll analyse where it was going wrong. These fellas like Philly Ryan have been their top scorer, and Ken Darcy have been great scorers all through the year. But until they start winning the possession, and 5 points is a big score in a Leinster club final on a day that it won't be that easy to get scores, because the pitch has to be getting a bit heavy. It started off very well, but it has to be getting a bit heavy. And Garrycastle will have the experience of playing a Leinster final here 2 years ago, when they still feel that they left it behind them against Portlaoise.
Well, it's good news for the Westmeath champions, Garrycastle. They played all the good football in the opening 31 minutes here in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. It has been a tight, tense, exciting game. Lots of yellow cards here in O'Connor Park, but it's a clean, tough, hard, honest-to-goodness game of football. So Garrycastle, the first Westmeath club in Westmeath, bidding to get the Leinster title. No Westmeath club has ever won a provincial Leinster title, and St Brigids, of course, are bidding for their second title. They won one back in 2004, trying to bridge an 8-year gap. They're 5 points behind, but still, you couldn't write off Brigids. There will be a slight breeze behind them in the second half, but certainly Garrycastle are in the driving seat, and Anthony Cunningham will be driving them on, telling them that they're only 30 minutes away from glory, from reaching the promised land in the Leinster Football Championship. But it's all to play for in the second half, with the Leinster trophies down in front of me here. Whether it'll be heading back up the dual carriageway to Blanchardstown, or whether it'll be heading west towards Ballinasloe Athlone, we'll just have to wait and see. Both sides are going in for a well-deserved break at half-time in the Leinster AIB Club football final in O'Connor Park. Garrycastle of Westmeath 6 points, St Brigids of Dublin 1 point.
If you're just joining us, Garrycastle at half-time in the Leinster Club Senior Football Final lead by 6 points to 1. Our coverage this afternoon brought to you by Ganley's, the main sponsors of the Garrycastle team. So a 5-point lead, and Craig Rogers, the Portlaoise captain, joins us in studio. Craig, I suppose 5 points probably merited over the first half?
Yeah, definitely will. It's just been very interesting to watch the tactics of the two teams. Garrycastle playing very defensively, yet moving the ball very quickly towards Desi Dolan and Mulvihill up front, and they're causing a lot of damage. And then Brigids are struggling to break down Garrycastle with their running game. So I'd say Garrycastle are very happy at half time, and I'd say McEntee is just going to have to ask his players to change tactics slightly, because Philly Ryan and Paddy Andrews just aren't getting the supply that they need.
And Bridges not a team to write off. They found themselves 3-4 points down against you in the semi-final and still managed to slowly bring back that lead.
Yeah, exactly. Look, they'll come out in the second half and they'll surely play with a lot of confidence. They are Dublin champions after all, and they did come back from a 6-point deficit against us in the semi-final. The only thing is, if Garrycastle keep defending the way they are and getting the numbers back, which will be difficult as the game goes on, as players start to tire, then I don't really see how they're going to break them down and get the scores required, because 5 points at this time of year is a nice lead to have.
Different scenario as well. When you played in the 2009 final, Portlaoise and Garrycastle, you guys got a good lead. You were 3 points up after 6 minutes and you were able to hold on to something. It's Garrycastle who now made the blistering start, and Desi Dolan, fantastic point taken from him.
It was phenomenal to watch. I mean, 4 inside 15 minutes, and we were just screaming at the television looking for number 4 to get changed off him. He was really taking them to town. And then Bridges did change, put a sweeper in front of Dolan, and he's gone a little bit quieter. But yeah, look, they had the experience of 2009 behind them, and they started very quickly, and it's standing to them now. And look, I hope for Midlands team and Westmeath team they're able to hold on.
And I suppose from Bridges' point of view, they haven't been able to get Paddy Andrews into the game. We saw John O'Loughlin coming into it when he had to drop a bit deeper, but he doesn't have many options with the way Garrycastle are dropping players back.
No, definitely not. Garrycastle have set up in a kind of defensive system about 35-40 yards out, and it's just saying to Bridges, you can have the ball outside there, Sean Murray, John O'Loughlin, but you're not coming through us. And they've forced them out wide, and a couple of ridiculous shots from Andrews and Philly Ryan, it just dropped short, and they got one lucky goal chance from one of them. But at the moment, Garrycastle are defending very, very well in numbers, and O'Loughlin and these guys just have no answer to how to get through them.
OK, quick start to the second half. Let's go back over to Gerry Russell.
Welcome back here to O'Connor Park. Second half just on. Johnny Donoghue been fouled and a free, and the free to Garrycastle. Can they start away? The start of the opening half, we'll have to wait and see. They're being tackled hard. Desi Dolan being pulled around. Desi will get a free 35 metres or so out from goal. Desi taking the quick one in towards Mulvihill inside. Gone back out into the centre. Desi waiting for it. Can he get it? He has it. This is a great chance inside. What a chance for Gary Dolan. He's going through. He's been brought down, not been fouled. Gets it back to Desi. Desi with a chance. Can Desi get the point? If he does, it's a crucial ball going in, but the keeper has it. Very, very crucial chance that time. Ball coming back out, but here comes Sean O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue has it for Garrycastle. Gets it down. The player that's grabbing it up is McGowan. Getting it back out into the centre now is David O'Shaughnessy. Shot been blocked. Bridges come away with it. They need early scores in the second half. They're being bottled up. The referee watches on. What's he going to do here? The referee is still watching on, and I wonder if the whistle sounded. Who's going to get the free? Is it a throw-in? What's happening? We don't know. Far side of the field. A minute and 17 seconds gone. Half-time score 6-1 in favour of Garrycastle. Pat, Garrycastle had a good chance maybe of a point there.
Yeah, good ball for Desi Dolan, but they'll be happy. They're still dominating. I know that it's only a couple of minutes old, Gerry, but they have camped in the Brigids half.
Certainly have it going inside. Ball's brought back, touched on the ground, and well, Bridges got away with it. We'll wait and see what happens here. Will they get a free out? The referee says they will get a free out, but Garrycastle not at all happy with it. A lot of people thought maybe a free in, but a free out. But the referee certainly thought the ball was touched on the ground early on. Here comes Bridges. They'll be certainly looking to get it past the centre of the field. But Anthony Cunningham patrolling the sideline. Great ball across to Barry Cahill. Cahill reads it well. Trying to get inside Barry Cahill as a player. He has a player. This has gone to corner forward Ken Kilmurray. Kilmurray going out. There's a good chance on here now. Player gone inside. Moves back to the centre forward. Padder Andrews. Andrews with the shot and Andrews with the point. That's what Bridges needed. The Bridges crowd are up. Garrycastle camping round the goals there. Getting nothing. And now Bridges up. It's a 4-point game. But we said at half time the game was far from over. Here comes Cahill Mullen to take the kick out. Mullen to take it. Barry Cahill setting it up to Padder Andrews. So Garrycastle now certainly under pressure here in the second half of this Leinster AIB Club Football Championship. Certainly Jerry McEntee and Mark Byrne would have had stirring words at half time to say to their team. Great kick out by Cahill Mullen into the centre of the park. Watching it drop down. Bridges have it again. Watching on, here they come. It's all Bridges now in the last couple of minutes. They're moving through. Barry Cahill with the ball, trying to get inside. Still Barry Cahill throws it back out. Ball moved out. Boot goes in. Who gets it? We'll have to wait and see. John Gaffey is there. Away comes the Garrycastle player, and Dornhart's the player that has got it. He's under pressure. Still Dornhart being tackled hard. Gets away from the tackle and gets it out the field, and it's moved away down the field on the far side of the field now by Henson. Moving it well. Here comes Garrycastle. They're under pressure. Ball thrown to this side of the field. James Dolan trying to get away. Great work by Dolan. He's under pressure. James Dolan. He's been pulled and dragged back. Referee allows play to go on. It goes to cousin Desi. Desi moving it down this side of the field. Ball gone on this side of the field. Desi gets in and gets it. Still Desi Dolan. Has to be a free in. The full back goes in on top of Desi Dolan, and has to be a free and possibly a card for the full back as well. I suppose he said, I got a chance now at him, Martin Cahill, and I'll take it. But the referee, he get a card, and that's what's going to happen here from the St Brigids full back. He's going to get a card here by the referee, Sil Dial. He's still writing, and Desi Dolan is still on the ground, and Martin Cahill has the free. But Pat, Desi again involved. Cahill went in fairly hefty on top of him.
Well, Desi has caused them an awful lot of problems since the ball was thrown in the first half, and I suppose they're going to have to do everything to stop him now in the second half. They got a point back, Gerry. Crucial score, hard to credit, but their first point is supposed in almost 30 minutes of play, but it still narrows the gap, and Westmeath haven't scored for a long time either.
Certainly have, but Desi's not here to take it. James Dygan is the player that's going to take it. He'll send it low across this side of the field towards James Dolan. Can he go down on it? If he does, he's a possibility. He might get a free. Gets it back out. Chance here again. Goes back out to Shawnee O'Donoghue under pressure. Shawnee, lovely ball by Shawnee O'Donoghue. Gets it back, throws it back to Desi. Desi with the kick, hovering it in and over the crossbar. He is certainly answered Martin Cahill's fouling there. Desi Dolan is up getting the ball and putting it over the bar. Him and Cahill, they're having words shoving round, but certainly Martin will know that he can't just put a finger wrong now. He's on a yellow card, and the referee is far. The linesman is probably going to maybe tell the referee still dialed at Desi and Martin, or is it no, it's not, he's coming out the field. Or is he calling, is he going to come out the field? We'll have to wait and see. I didn't see anything going on because I was waiting on play. The referee, who's he calling? Is it a Brigids? It is a Brigids player, and it's actually Kieran Mullen and Pat, the linesman. We were watching play. The linesman had his eyes closely on what was going on out the field, and there's another Brigids player to get a yellow card in the space of a minute.
Yeah, their centre field player. I was worried of Shawnee Donoghue when he was heading his direction. Of course, Shawnee got a silly yellow card in the first half. The Dub probably knew that Shawnee was on a yellow card and probably tried his luck.
Oh, what a catch by Shawnee Donoghue. He's gone to the ground again, but what a catch by Shawnee Donoghue. He's magnificent in the centre of the park. James Dygan is going to take the free. He sends it away across. Who's gathering it but Desi? Here he comes, toe tapping from right to left. He'll try to get inside Martin Cahill. He will get inside Martin Cahill. He's getting nothing from the referee. Dygan is going down. He'll get it all right out in the far side. Good work by James Dygan, trying to move inside. 35 metres out from goals, getting it inside Patrick Mulvihill. Mulvihill going through 35 metres. Mulvihill, that would be a good shot, but it's going to curl in and it's going to go out and wide. Patrick Mulvihill getting that one. He'd love to have scored a point in this Leinster final, but it's 7-2, and certainly the Brigids point was answered to there by the Garrycastle point, so it's 7-2. So Brigids have made Shawnee Donoghue going up, but that's a good ball in the centre of the field, but going out and trying to gather it up here, but the referee says a free in, and a free to St Brigids of Dublin. And who's going to take it? It's gone inside. This is a dangerous ball now inside, hovering inside, moves it back out. Who's going to get it? The Brigids player trying to gather it up. He'll get it close to the ground. Shot gone in. No, it's gone across the face of the goals and wide. It looked it might have been going to the top corner of the net. Good defending that time, Pat. They didn't foul on that occasion.
Yeah, they didn't, Gerry, no. And it was a great chance for St Brigids, but they're really getting frustrated now if they don't get another score very soon.
Certainly will. 7 points to 2. Garrycastle still leading by 5. A nice lead, but a goal would cut it to 2. But here comes Cahill Mullen. He wants to keep a clean sheet in this Leinster Club football final. The Garrycastle crowd are on song. The Brigids crowd are on song down in front of us. The kick-outs arriving in the centre of the park. Ball falling down. The player that has it is Tom McHugh, the corner back. Tom with the ball. Lovely ball across to this side of the field. The centre half back, Doran Hart with the ball. He's under pressure. Doran Hart gets it to Desi Dolan. Lovely ball from Desi. Moving down on the left hand side. Martin Cahill is after him. Still Desi Dolan. Lovely ball inside. Moving it inside now is Dignan. Dignan with the shot gone in. A goal for Garrycastle. Who has scored it? A ball gone in. Is it James? It's Gary Dolan, the great. Gary has scored it. He scored one in the semi-final against that tie. Gary Dolan, number 13, scoring it into the corner of the net. It was Gary Dolan, wearing number 13, that has scored it into the corner of the net. What a performance from the Westmeath champions. Garrycastle, here to come again. Ball moved back in. This time they won't get it. The Brigids will get this one and get the free. We'll talk about the goal in just a moment. 1-7-2. Garrycastle bidding for their first ever title. It'll be a free, and the free is to Brigids and Barry Cahill. Barry will drive it in. Danger all the way as it's moved down, caught neatly inside. Move back out. Gone inside now. Will Brigids go for the point? It's gone in and it's gone to the right and gone out and wide. Pat, what about the goals? Another piece from Gary Dolan.
Yeah, ball came in from Doran Hart. A great ball into Dignan. Duignan picked his spot and unmarked really on the edge of the square. He watched that he wasn't in the square, got a flick on it, and the goalkeeper hadn't a chance from close range. It's a goal I suppose to have threatened for a long time, Gerry, and they're deservedly, I suppose, ahead 1-7 to 2 points, and I suppose any team that gets 2 points in 36 or 37 minutes doesn't deserve to win. It's a long road back for St Brigids at this stage, and I just can't see them being caught.
Certainly is a long way back, but certainly where things have happened in Gaelic football and hurling with comebacks of great teams. Here comes Brigids to Dublin. They need the miracles to happen for them. The player that has it is Pater Andrews. He's gone inside this time. Pater Andrews, still Pater Andrews. Is he being fouled? He is being fouled. And certainly the Garrycastle cornerback Mark McCallion was pleading with the referee that the foul, the free should have been the other way, but it's a free, and that's what it's going to be. The referee certainly giving the free, and Ken Darcy's going to take the free to full forward. They missed 2 easy ones before half time. 1-7 to 10 out of 2 points. That's 10 points to 2. There's 8 points in it. There'll be 7 in it in just a moment. That's what's in it in just a moment. 7 points, just barely going over the crossbar, hit the upright and all, and Darcy popping it over. Brigids, Gerry McEntee on the far side of the field. Anthony Cunningham, the new Galway manager, patrolling on the far side as well. He'd be hoping, Pat.
Substitute there for Brigids. They're taking off the man who we thought would be a big Mark Cahill, and he's been replaced by number 22, Gerry, who's Justin Barrett, in attack for St Brigids.
Yeah, he's not coming on yet, Pat. I see 22. He came on and he's gone off to the far side. He must have had the slip of paper, something like that, but we'll see what happens now. It's a free and a ball on the far side of the field. Moving with it now is Brigids again. They're looking for players. They have lots of players, and the player that has it is the number 2. The number 2 is Alan Daly. Here come Brigids. They're tearing through they're tearing now through the Garrycastle defence. They're moving it inside. This is a good chance now for Brigids on the 14-metre line. This is the first time they have scored 2 unanswered points, and that has come from John O'Loughlin popping it over. Gavin McIntyre coming on now for Brigids. Who's going off? The number 12 is going off, and that's Mark Cahill. Pat was right, but it just didn't work out for them there. He's going off. It's 1-7 to 4 points. It's a long time since Brigids scored 2 scores, one after the other, Pat.
Well, Gerry, that's 2/3 of the goal back, I suppose, when you look ahead like that. And Garrycastle haven't added any great point. They got that point from Desi in the second half. They hadn't scored for 10 minutes before half time. So one would know what might happen if a goal were to come to Brigids.
Well, certainly would, and here they come now. Ball gone far side of the field, but it's Brigids to win it again. Here they come, they're trying to get inside. Still Brigids with the ball. The man that has come on is the number 22. Got inside, a chance of the goal from Darcy. Oh, brilliantly blocked. It's a brilliant block down, and it should have been cleared out the field, but it was brilliantly blocked. Got it is the corner forward. His corner forward going in, getting it was a Philly Ride, but what a save. That'll be the save of the day. It certainly looked goal written all over for the St Brigids players. Ball coming back out to Rory McGowan. McGowan under pressure, trying to get the ball out. He has held on too long, but Pat, what a save.
Oh, brilliant save, Gerry, and there's a lovely bit of afters happening down here, whether the linesman, I think, will surely draw the referee's attention. There was some severe punches being thrown. I think it's actually the linesman on the far side has brought his attention to it. Somebody could be in trouble, I think, if the referee follows it up, but Gary Dolan, the man who scored that great goal, was out there. There was no place for him to be out there at all, because Westmeath were in a commanding lead, but it was the Dublin midfielder Barry Cahill who was lying on the ground, but I think he was involved in the start of the incident. It'll be interesting to see what action Sil Doyle takes at this time.
Certainly will, and we're just looking now. Sil Doyle, is he looking for a player? We'll have to wait and see. Is he looking for someone? But the free on the far side of the field, and the free is to Dublin. He's calling a Dublin player. He's calling a Brigids player aside first, and we'll see who's he calling. James Dolan is there as well. So we're going to see what's happening. Is he... Well, is it Barry Cahill that's there, Pat?
Yeah, it's Cahill, yeah, certainly, and one of the Dolan. James Dolan, yeah, and, I think we could be seeing red here, Gerry.
Well, we'll wait and see what the referee is going to do. is handing a yellow card apiece to the two of them. Free's going to be taken. Padder Andrews is the player that's going to kick the free. 1-7-4. Padder Andrews to take the free. He's kicking it in. Dangerous ball inside. Caught inside and coming out with it now are Garrycastle. They will get a free out. That's well caught and well held inside, and it'll be a free out, and Cathal Mullen will take it. Another substitute in the this is the first substitute for Garrycastle. We'll see who's coming on, who's going off. We'll just wait and see. Is it Tom McHugh, the player that's going off? It is Tom. He's played very, very well, Tom McHugh. Going off, who's coming on? The player that's coming on wearing number is Alan Fox. Alan, remember, was a flu victim against that tie. He didn't start and came on, but he's back in today, and great to see him in the game, Alan Fox. So here comes the free out. The free, what a catch in the centre of the field. The referee says foul committed by Garrycastle, and it's a free. They're giving away a lot of frees. There's a huge amount of pressure on Garrycastle now. Here comes the men from Brigids. All they need is the breaking ball to break down. But going out is John Gaffey. He's been punished. He's been punished again for a foul, John Gaffey. I just wonder about that, Pat.
Yeah, 6 frees now for Brigids in the space of a couple of moments. Garrycastle defence, a surprise, I suppose, replacement Tom McHugh, but it's great, I suppose, in those conditions to have fresh legs coming in, Gerry, and the Fox chap probably would have played in the semi-final only for his illness, and it's great to have a player like him to come in.
Certainly is a chance again for Padder Andrews to pop it over. That's another good score for St Brigids, and certainly they're on a roll, St Brigids. It's 1-7 to 5 points, so certainly they're narrowing the gap here in O'Connor Park in Tullamore, and Cathal Mullen to take the kick out. 16 minutes gone. There's lots of time for Brigids to pull it out to the fire. It looked like Garrycastle were coasting when Gary Dolan got the goal, but Brigids have answered with 4 unanswered points since.
Number 17, Larkin McCarthy. Number 15,
Philly Ryan's been taken off. Larkin McCarthy's coming on for St Brigids. That's another change in the St Brigids club. Gerry McEntee ringing the changes. Dorn Hart will take the kick out. Possession is vital. It's crucial. The breeze getting a little stronger. McHugh goes up and Mulvehel goes up. Patrick Mulvehel going up, getting it, and here comes the centre half-back Murray with the ball being tackled and marked here. Goes back to Murray again. Ball gone into the centre, gets it away well and comes out towards Graham Norton. Norton moving it up the field. Ball out in the centre. Here comes certainly the Dublin champions have got a new lease of life. They're getting it in. That's a great ball inside. Ball gone inside towards the full forward. Comes back out and the ball gone over the crossbar. Looks a good kick from here. Yes, it is. That's a good point. The player that gets it is Padder Andrews. So Pat, a 4-point game.
Oh yeah, again John O'Loughlin involved. A great ball in, well caught by Darcy, the full forward, who hadn't been having a good game. Didn't panic, fed it back out to Padder Andrews and straight over the bar, and now it's a 4-point game.
4-point game, like at half-time, to have it back to the half-time score. So certainly Brigids are coming back bit by bit, point by point, and here comes the kick out from Cathal Mullen. Huge kick out from Mullen in the centre of the field, up the goal for, but all the breaking balls is going to St Brigids. Here they come this side of the field, moving it in. They're playing a lot better than they did in the opening half. Referee watches on, goes back out into the centre again. This is dangerous football. Ball blocked down. Who's going to get it? Ball in front of goals. Referee watches on. Chance gone in and over the crossbar. Another great point. Pat, a 3-point game.
3 in a row from Padder Andrews, a man who won a medal back in 2003, a man with huge experience. They've certainly got a new lease of life, and every ball they're pumping into the full forward, they're winning it now, and they're beginning to dominate midfield.
The 18 minutes of play gone in the second half has been all St Brigids. It's 1-7. They were only 1 point up at half-time. Brigids have scored 5 in the second half, and Garrycastle have scored a goal in a point in the second half. But certainly Anthony Cunningham will be just wondering what's gone wrong. It's a 3-point game in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. Here comes Garrycastle with this one. They're trying to get away, but the referee says no getting away. There's a foul committed, and the foul committed is on a Garrycastle player, and this time it goes out into the centre of the field to a man called Rory McGowan with the ball. He gets it back into Patrick Mulvehel with the ball. Lovely ball inside. Oh, James Dolan shot. The pass was just a little bit too strong for James Dolan. and certainly he was waiting in the right place at the right time. Didn't work out, but it looks like that Garrycastle are running out of steam here in O'Connor Park in Tullamore, and here comes Peter Andrews in front of goal, shotgun in and over the crossbar. It's a 2-point game, or is it gone out and wide? No, it's a point. 2-point game, Pat.
4 in a row for Patter, causing havoc there for Doran Hart. Certainly has a new lease of life, but the midfielder Cahill, since that yellow card, has been an inspiration for the Dublin champions.
Certainly has. So 2 points in it. Garrycastle cruising a moment ago. The fella only 2 points ahead, and certainly looked like that they're in trouble in this AIB Leinster Club final now. We have 19 minutes and a half gone, 178 points. It's been all the Dublin champions. You'd write them off in the first half and early in the second half, but they have sprung to life in the second half. Barry Cahill out in the centre of the field, and the referee, who is he talking to? He's given a yellow card to a St Brigids player out in the centre of the field here, Gavin McIntyre, that came on, and he's not too long on, giving him a yellow card. There's lots of yellow cards, but Garrycastle won't mind about the yellow cards. They want to get possession football. They're not getting it. They're losing a lot of possession. They're breaking the ball down. Ball coming, that's great football to Barry Cahill. Cahill with it. Gone back into the centre. Moves it up again. Here they come. Chance on here. Maybe the goal on now for Bridges. There's a point in it. That's all's in it. 1-7-9. And John O'Loughlin popping it over the crossbar. A wonderful bit of work by John O'Loughlin. He has been the real star. Garrycastle 1-7, St Brigids at Dublin 9 points. At one time they were trailing by 5 and 6 points, St Brigids. But certainly Garrycastle, a Leinster final that looked in their grasp, is slowly dwindling away. James Dyken is gone off the team and coming into the team now. We'll tell you about it in just a moment. Brown is in the team for Garrycastle. So can Garrycastle reply, or can Bridges just press on in this Leinster Club Football Championship? Here they come. It's Bridges again. The centre of the field, the player that has it is John O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin with the ball. This time it's brought down, and here come Garrycastle. They'll try and get away with it. But they're certainly under pressure. James Dolan, that's a very harsh decision by the referee. He was pulled and dragged, and the referee said he touched the ball on the ground, gave the free. The free is to John O'Loughlin and to St Brigids, but to say you have to have luck to win game. Ball is down, got lately by the cornerback. The cornerback is gone to the ground. Free out by Mark McCallion, and a free out to Garrycastle. And here they come. They need a score and need it fast. And here comes Shawnee O'Donoghue. What can he do with it, Shawnee? There's lots of players all round him. Gone across to Mulvehel, gone back to the cornerback getting it, moving it down the field. This is a good ball to Desi Dolan. Desi about 35 metres out. Can he get inside Desi Dolan? He's trying to get inside Desi Dolan. He's under pressure, Desi Dolan. That's a terrible ball from Desi Dolan. He should have worked it better than that. He just kicked it in through the St Brigids player, and here comes St Brigids. They're moving down the field, and certainly there was a golden chance on there now. Here comes McIntyre for Bridges, getting it across on this side of the field. They're looking for it inside. Caught inside neatly. The player that has it is Peter Andrews. He's playing magnificent football, Peter Andrews. Gone inside, gone across, but it's cut off neatly this time. And here come Garrycastle, but they're under pressure to get this one out. They're close to the sideline. Moves it towards the sideline. It's gone out over the line. And it's, well, I thought it went off of a Bridges player. Yes, it did. It went off of a Bridges player. It certainly did. Ball gone in. The referee holding up playing. We'll wait and see. Conor Cosgrove is in, and Patrick Mulvehel is coming off. A 1-point game, 1-7-9. Garrycastle have the line ball, and they're certainly under serious pressure at the moment. And to take it is Shawnee O'Donoghue. Shawnee to take it. He'll kick this one here just down under us on the sideline. Shawnee O'Donoghue. Up he comes with it. Neat ball in. Third back. Goes back to Shawnee. Shawnee, will he drive it forward? Getting it to Doran Hart. Doran Hart playing it back. They're certainly in trouble here. Guy gets back. Hart trying to get it. But moving down now is Alan Fox getting it across. And here comes Doran Hart. He's away on the solar run. Doran Hart moving it across to this side. The terrible pass Terrible pass altogether. Gary Dolan moving it in. Ball gone inside. This is a chance here for Brigids. Barry Cahill. The sides are going to be level in just a moment. No, Barry Cahill with the pass. That was the chance of a lifetime.
Great chance. Another substitute in the Westman, the Garrycastle team. They're replacing number 10 at the moment, but a great chance for Barry Cahill. You would expect a man of his experience, he could have went further. Great ball in from John O'Loughlin again. He probably thought that the way the game had swung that he only had to kick it over the bar, but might be the miss that might turn this game, Gerry. But certainly Garrycastle in serious trouble at the moment.
Certainly in serious trouble. Rory McGowan gone off. The kick out from Cahill Mullen into the centre of the park. Ball blocked down. This time David O'Shaughnessy making up for the ball that he should have got a few moments ago. Goes back to Doran Hart. Lovely ball across in the far side of the field. Can Garrycastle get momentum now and come back into the game? Certainly they need something. Ball gone across on the far side of the field, close to the sideline, kept in play by Mark McCallion. Lovely ball down into the centre. Gone back to Shawnee O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue getting it across out in the far side of the field. Oh, great ball. Goes back. Brigids come with it, and Brigids will get the free. Play on, says the referee, and that's what they're doing. The player that has it is Kieran Mullen. Mullen with the ball, getting it back, moving it again, or Brigids. They're certainly driving on. Far side of the field is Ken Kilmurray. Kilmurray with the ball. There's nobody inside but the full forward. The ball gone away out the field, but they have lots of players now. They're being pushed out. They're trying to get in, and in they'll get this time. Ball blocked down. Can they get it? Garrycastle will get it. Shawnee O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue gets it across to Desi Dolan. Desi's under pressure. Gets it back. Lovely ball from Desi out the field. Who got it? Is it Doran Hart getting it across back out to Conor Cosgrove. Cosgrove with the ball down the field. The referee says a free in. The free in is to Garrycastle. They need cool heads here, Garrycastle. Certainly do. They need a score and need it very, very badly. 26 minutes gone. Well, certainly St Brigids have been come back most times and ran most games to extra time, so we couldn't write this one off of extra time. This is for Desi Dolan, 45 metres out, well, a little more than 45, 47 metres out, Desi Dolan. He's taking the quick one, moving it back to Doran Hart. He'll have Desi on the right hand side if he wants it. Can Desi get into position to kick this one? We'll have to wait and see. Desi Dolan kicking it in, moving. Fantastic save by the goalkeeper Shane Supple, the captain getting it out. And here comes the Blanchardstown champions again, St Brigids, moving it out. Barry Cahill losing this one under pressure. That's great work by the corner, the player that has come on in wearing number is Justin McIntyre, getting it across into the centre, moving it down the field. Lovely ball inside. This is a good chance now for a player coming in is Conor Cosgrove. Can he get the score that they need? Ball is blocked down, kept in play but not kept enough. It's gone out. Is it? The referee says it's going to be gone out and wide, and it'll be a kick out. Certainly it's nail-biting stuff. 27 minutes gone. Kick out into the centre of the field. Up goes the mighty man himself, Shawnee O'Donoghue. But away come the Garrycastle men again. And the player that has it now is Doran Hart. He's playing his heart out. Moving it back down the field again. Touched on the ground, I thought, but Desi gets it. Moving it. Desi Dolan's pass gone astray again. Certainly a terrible pass from Desi Dolan again. And here comes the men from Blanchardstown again, Brigids. They're driving forward, moving it to this side of the field. Ball got a great bit of ball. Is it Padder Andrews? It is. Still Padder Andrews. Ball this side of the field. Still Padder Andrews. He's trying to get up, but the referee says he's fouled. It's fouled. Well, Desi Dolan played a great game. 2 balls he passed, terrible passes.
Yeah, unbelievable from Desi. He looks like he's carrying an injury there or something. So untypical if he only knocks it out over the sideline, but knocked it straight into the path. We're going to have another yellow card for Garrycastle. They're under pressure, but Padder Andrews is having a dream performance in the second half and a great chance here of the equaliser.
Certainly is, and it looks so easy here in the centre, yes. Certainly does. It's John Gaffey that's getting fouled, so it's going to be a free. This looks like the equaliser for St Brigids of Dublin. The full forward Ken Darcy's going to take it. Ken Darcy to take the free, and certainly won 7-9. We're 28 minutes and 40 seconds gone here in O'Connor Park in Tullamore, and St Brigids have come from dead to life to secure a draw here, and that's what it is. The draw, no, it's curling out and gone out and wide, out to the right and wide. from the foot of Ken Darcy, the full forward. There's another sub in the team. We'll tell you about it in just a moment. But here comes the kick out. Kieran Mullen has gone off, and we'll tell you who has come on in just a moment. Pat, who has come on?
Owen McCann has come on at centre field in place of Cian Mullen. Yeah, you're right.
Cian Mullen is the player that's gone off. So it's the kick out from Cathal Mullen, and here he is stepping back to kick it out. 25 seconds gone. What added on time I didn't see. 1 minute of added on time. Garrycastle living by the skin of their teeth. You know, hard to have lost it in the centre of the field. They won it and lost it. We'll wait and see what happens here. Bridges get away with it. They come with it all right. They have a chance. Bridges here now. Here's the chance. Moving it inside into the centre. The batter Andrews, here's the chance. The equaliser is on its way. Yes, it's over. Bridges have secured a magnificent draw. The player that came on was number 22, Gavin McIntyre, has popped it over. The equaliser, and certainly looks like a long night in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. Gavin McIntyre has popped it over. We're 30 minutes and 14 seconds gone in O'Connor Park in Tullamore, and Garrycastle's dreams of winning the Leinster club title has vanished. Cathal Mullen to take the kick out. Here it comes, possibly the last kick of the day here in O'Connor Park in Tullamore, out into the centre of the park. We'll see who gains possession. Ball blocked down, and St Brigids have it in the centre of the field. Going in, Dorn Hart trying to pick it up, can't get it up. Ball falls everywhere. John O'Loughlin has it. He loses the ball, gets it back again, moves it in. Here comes the men. The referee's going to sound the full-time whistle. Can Garrycastle get something out of this one? Ball moving in. Desi's not going to be out in front of it because it's full time. The referee is going down. There's a free in. The free in is to Garrycastle. The free for Garrycastle. I didn't see a lot in that, Pat.
Certainly didn't. And I don't think that St Brigids can believe that it's a free. I don't think even Garrycastle can believe that it's free. And as a substitute is going to take this one, Gerry. The man wearing number 17.
The man wearing number 17 is Conor Cosgrove to take it. The pressure's on him, but certainly I saw very little in it. I thought the referee was sounding the full-time whistle. Can Garrycastle win their first ever title? This is their chance to win it. Cosgrove to take the free, 35 metres out. It's over! It's over from Cosgrove, and the game on my watch is over, and Garrycastle have reached the promised land in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. The referee Phil Dial will be sounding the whistle, and Garrycastle are Leinster club football champions. Pat Delaney, someday for the club, but the free I still wonder.
Yeah, there's a free for all now, Gerry. It's an amazing decision. Nobody knows where the free actually came from, but there seemed to be minimal contact between the two players when he indicated. We all thought he had blown the full-time whistle. But Conor Cosgrove will become a hero in Garrycastle. He had only come on as sub for the full forward Pat Mulvihill, I suppose, who didn't have one of his better games in the Garrycastle colours. They won't care. I wonder why he was given to take the free, because I suppose Desi had been absolutely lethal in the first half, but I think Desi was carrying some kind of an injury there with a couple of balls that went his way there in the last couple of minutes. And Conor Cosgrove, he certainly had a cool head and a magnificent kick. It wasn't that easy. I know it was into the breeze. It was out slightly to the sideline, a good bit to the sideline, but a magnificent point. But Bridges will be absolutely devastated because they played some unreal football in the second half. They got a chance down here of a free from Ken Darcy to barely skim the post on the outside before they got the equalising point there from the substitute after 59 minutes. But great day for Garrycastle. On their first half performance, Gerry, they certainly deserved it, but we thought they had it lost. They had only a goal in the point for so long in the second half. They had 6 points at half time. They got the goal from Dolan from the pass from Dayton, and then they got a point from Desi, a fabulous point from Desi. And Dublin hit back with St Brigids, and Padder Andrews was absolutely superb. He kicked 4 points in a row. He was involved in the free that got him, that led to the equaliser. But full marks, I suppose, to Garrycastle. You can't take it from them. They have been fabulous Westmeath champions. After 3 years as champions of the Lake County, they're now champions of Leinster. They become the first Westmeath team to do it after 40 years. A fabulous day for Garrycastle, Gerry. Overall, we were surprised at Tom McHugh being replaced, because when Tom McHugh went off, the defence seemed to completely open up, and Padder Andrews was doing what Desi Dolan was doing in the first half, winning every ball at centre half forward and beating the man, the centre half back. Doran Hart, we thought, was in serious trouble. Paddy Andrews had a fabulous game. John O'Loughlin had a great game. But fair play to Garrycastle. When all seemed lost and it seemed like they were just playing it down, hoping for the extra time, they got the ball, worked their way in. We don't know what the free was for. These are the kind of frees that the small clubs and the small counties like Westmeath always seem to think go against them. On this occasion, it went their way, and fair play to Cosgrove. Fabulous point, worthy of winning any final, Gerry.
Certainly was, Will. Fantastic day. A game that at one stage seemed that Garrycastle were cruising, but then St Brigids came with 8 unanswered points in that second half, and Luxetta had brought the game to extra time. The clock was ticking down well over the 31 minutes. The ball went down the field. Desi was there with 2 players, but I didn't see a lot of contact. The referee might have saw that Desi was being held back a little, but what a performance. But what a free from Conor Cosgrove to step up about 5 metres out, way on the right-hand corner, the hospital side of O'Connor Park. A player that had only come on a few minutes earlier, to be left on the shoulders of that man to kick it over and to bring Garrycastle, the first Westmeath team ever to win a Leinster Club Football Championship in the history of Westmeath football. It has been a fantastic year for Garrycastle. They went extra time with Mullingar Shamrocks in the county final. They easily beat Longford Slashers in the quarter final, and then they beat Athy up in Athy in the semi-final a couple of weeks ago. And today they have come to O'Connor Park in Tullamore. They were here in 0-9. They lost narrowly to Portlaoise in the final. They came back this year, and here they have beaten the cream of Dublin football, the Dublin champion St Brigids, with players like Padder Andrews, Ken Darcy, Ken Kilmurray, Barry Cahill and Sean Murray. But Barry Cahill will often wonder when he looks back on the video, he had a golden chance about 30 metres out, all on his own, kicking the ball to the left and wide. But then back came Garrycastle. They got the saviour point to get them this first ever Leinster trophy. As I said, the first ever Westmeath team to win the LAIB Leinster Club Football Championship. Offaly were the first to win it when the competition began in 1970-71 by the famous Gracefield Club. And in 2011, the men from Westmeath, from the Galway borders there with the Shannon, have beaten St Brigids of Dublin. And what a final, a semi-final we're going to have. St Brigids of Roscommon on the other side of the Shannon there from Garrycastle, 2 neighbouring clubs, and with the Dolan cousins in opposition. Of course, we have Desi, Gary and James and the team here today in Tullamore, and of course the Dolans are on the St Brigids team as well. The great Frankie Dolan, the former Roscommon star, he'll be there in opposition in the semi-final in the mid-February. But certainly Garrycastle or Anthony Daly won't be or Anthony Cunningham won't be thinking of that this evening. Anthony, of course, is the new Galway manager, but he's going to have another few weeks hanging round with this famous club in Westmeath, Garrycastle, because they're in the semi-final. They'll be receiving the cup, and here's John Gaffey. He's on his way up to receive the cup. What a day it is for the captain. He's a fantastic player, but certainly we couldn't name any great individual players. It was a huge team effort. Desi Dolan scored 5 points today in total. Gary, of course, got a brilliant goal that really was, we thought, was the icing on the cake. But then came Brigids with 8 unanswered points from Ken Darcy, Padder Andrews, and of course Ken Kilmurray, John O'Loughlin all fighting back, but it just wasn't enough. A late point from the late sub Conor Cosgrove has ensured Garrycastle of Westmeath. They have won the Leinster Club Football Championship at the second time of asking in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. Final score from O'Connor Park on this 18th of December. What a Christmas box. Santi has come early to the players of Garrycastle and their supporters. He has brought the Leinster trophy here today. There was no snow with him, but there was a little bit during the week. But certainly Garrycastle will be very happy in John Gaffey receiving the cup here now in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. And of course this is our last big coverage of GA games before the new year. And before I sign off here, Pat Delaney and myself, I would like to wish all our listeners around the country, not alone in the three counties, but all around the country and around the world, and they can pick us up on the web, a very happy and a very peaceful Christmas. And we'll be certainly looking forward to more stuff like this from Garrycastle in the new year, from Derry, the Offaly hurling champions as well in mid-February. They'll be taking on Gort of Galway in the hurling semi-final. Garrycastle will be taking on St Brigids, their neighbours, in the football semi-final, possibly here in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. But as I said, I want to wish all our listeners a very happy and a very peaceful Christmas, and looking forward to seeing you all in the new year. And Pat, that's about it here from O'Connor Park, but it has been a great year both for Derry of Offaly and Garrycastle.
Yeah, fabulous. Two neighbours, Derry winning their first Leinster title after winning so many county titles. Garrycastle made their debut in the Leinster Club Championship only 10 years ago, and I suppose we saw Tyrrell's Pass in the Leinster final a couple of years ago. They were beaten by St Brigids, and Brigids were beaten by St Vincent's, and Vincent went on to win the All-Ireland in that particular year. I know the sceptics will still say, I suppose, that Brigids are going to play, as you said, Gerry, they're going to play the Dolans of Roscommon, and people will probably say the All-Ireland final will be between Crossmaglen and, of course, the Gooch Cooper and Crokes of Killarney. But I'm sure that Garrycastle, that's least of their thoughts at the moment, or least of St Brigids of Roscommon's thought either, but certainly a fabulous day for Westmeath football. Great to come a week before Christmas, and to defeat the Dublin champions any day is a great. No Westmeath team had beaten Dublin in 40 years at the Leinster Championship. It was a great occasion to beat them on the year that Dublin became All-Ireland champions. And great for the Westmeath captain down there, James Gaffey. He played at full back and he was absolutely outstanding. There's no man deserves it more. We thought that maybe somebody, that Dublin were going to steal their thunder, but they held on, and has absolutely been absolutely fabulous. And Martin Skelly, a Longford man, of course, Longford, another county who have never produced a club to win the Leinster club title. Garrycastle beat the Longford champions en route to today's final. Then, of course, they went on to beat the Kildare champions. And Portlaoise can feel proud of their performance. They'll be a little bit disappointed, but on the performance of St Brigids today, who looked like they were going to manage maybe extra time, but they held on, and they're Westmeath champions. They're certainly worthy champions of Leinster, Gerry.
Yes, and I have one happy Westmeath man, Gerry. I thought you were going down to get the stuff out of the cup. They've nothing in it yet, but what a day for Garrycastle and for Westmeath football.
Well, on a personal level, Gerry, I got an angiogram done a couple of weeks ago, and I thought all my good work was gone down the drain. I thought my heart was going to stop. But a fantastic win. Very much a game of two halves, but in the end I thought Conor Cosgrove showed exceptional maturity to kick that free, under pressure with his left foot. It's a fantastic win for Garrycastle and for Westmeath football in general. We've been waiting for this for a long time, and it's a fitting reward for people like Desi Dolan and David O'Shaughnessy and Cathal Mullen, who've been there for years. Desi Dolan in the first half was his majestic best, and while he faded a little in the second half, nobody in Ireland deserves a medal more than he has. He's a fantastic, in my opinion, and not just the emotion of the occasion, he's the best footballer ever to come out of Westmeath, and nobody deserves it more. And a wonderful day for Westmeath football and for Garrycastle.
Gerry, they were cruising at one stage, and when Gary got the goal, they looked at that stage, they were home and dry, but Brigids came back and scored 8 unanswered points.
Well, you wouldn't expect anything else from Dublin champions like Brigids. I was a classmate of Gerry McEntee and Finian's what seems like hundreds of years ago now, and any team that Jerry McAtee involved in, they wouldn't throw in the towel too handy, and it came as no surprise to me that Brigids came back. But overall, I think if you were to take the 60 minutes as a whole, I think Garrycastle deserved a win. I mean, Paddy Andrews was superb there in the second half for Brigids, but I don't think anybody would begrudge Garrycastle that win. And a classic game of two halves, but the only score that counts is what's in the ref's notebook at the end, and that's a 1-point win for Garrycastle, and we're all thrilled with that.
Gerry, it looked like it was going to go to extra time. Garrycastle got possession. There was no one, any Desi and two Brigids players down there. The ball went down. The referee saw what maybe I didn't see. I couldn't see any real physically contact, but there was some holding somewhere.
Well, apparently what happened, and Damien Marr from the Westmeath Topic is beside me, and Damien is a ref as well as being a real good reporter, and he reckons he saw at the time, he said to me at the time, that there was a foul on two Garrycastle, who'd be Mark McCallan, when the ball was kicked, and he said at the time, that's a free. I hope the ref picks it up, and he did pick it up, so and Damien would be very fair, so that's what he reckoned the free was for. But as I say, the free wasn't a gimme by any means, and given some of the frees that had been missed, particularly by Bridges in the first half, it was some kick by Conor Cosgrove with his left foot. I thought they might ask Desi to take it with his right foot, for the bit of experience, but like Conor Cosgrove, who's been a fringe player for Garrycastle over the years, he showed fantastic maturity to kick that point. And listen, we had a bit of luck. I'm a long time coming to O'Connell Park and lots of other parks supporting Westmeath teams, and I've seen us have lots of bad luck, so we'll take the bit of good luck when it comes, and it's well deserved, Gerry.
Gerry, the semi-final, the two teams, one from the other from across the Shannon, Brigids, and the Dolan cousins, one again the other.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic. I mean, obviously Frankie Dolan has been Brigids' standout player for many years, and Frankie's father, Frankie Senior, played in the Leinster club final for Athlone back in 1972, along with Ken, who is James's father, and Desi Senior, who's obviously Desi and Gary's father. So, there'll be a bit of banter coming up to that, but Garrycastle have achieved what no Westmeath team have achieved before, and I think knowing the lads involved and knowing Anthony Cunningham, they'll want more, and they'll be quite prepared to sacrifice their Christmas and sacrifice their New Year in the interest of getting further in this, so they'll give anyone a run at this stage.
Gerry, thanks very much, and a very happy New Year to you and all the family. That was Gerry Buckley, always able to come up and have a word with us, and I think we'll be signing off for the moment, but I just want to say hello to our colleague Ned Flynn down around Castle Pollard, and of course Willie Garrihy, two great colleagues of ours here in Midlands Radio 3, and certainly Ned will be, and Willie will be very, very happy to see the Garrycastle win this club title today. As Gerry Buckley has said, it's a great day for Westmeath football, a great day for the club of Garrycastle, great day for manager Anthony Cunningham as well. 3 titles back to back for Garrycastle in Westmeath. Today, the icing's on the cake for Christmas. Santa has come early to Garrycastle, winning here 1-8 at 10 points, but for the moment we'll go back to the studio now, Will, and we'll have more reaction from O'Connell Park throughout the evening.
Okay, many thanks to Pat Delaney. You heard from Gerry Buckley there with Jerry Russell as well. Garrycastle winning in the end by 1 goal and 8 points to 10 points in our game, which is brought live to you this afternoon by Ganley's, the main sponsors of the Garrycastle team. Craig Rogers, the Portlaoise captain, is in studio with us. Craig, I'd say when you saw John Gaffey go up and collect the cup, probably brought back some good memories from 2 years ago.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Look, to be honest, I'd give anything to swap with his position right now, but look, fair play to Garrycastle. It looked dodgy there coming over the end, that St Brigids had built up a head of steam and they might just bring it to extra time, maybe pip them even. I'd be very interested to see what that free was given for, but serious composure showed by Cosgrove to put it over the bar, especially under that kind of pressure.
Yeah, plenty of talking points. Obviously the free is one of them. It looked like maybe he was caught just as the pass was being played forward and got the big boost at the 20 or 30 yards the ball went down the field as well. Yeah,
we were just discussing that there. I think it looked like he just tried to play a ball inside more in hope than anything else, because there didn't really seem to be a Garrycastle player in sight. And then a guy trying to dive to block the ball seemed to catch him late. Harsh enough really, but I suppose Dublin won a game during the summer with a kind of dubious enough free like that, and karma, I suppose, has come back to haunt St Brigids in this case. But it was a very interesting second half, especially the way Garrycastle started to tire, weren't able to get men behind the ball as much as they wanted to and as much as they had in the first half, and Bridges kind of changed tactics and started to play like Garrycastle had in the first half and hit them under counter-attack, and Paddy Andrews was sensational in the second half, nearly single-handedly dragged them back into it.
Yeah, I mean, Desi Dolan gets man the match, but if the ball had fallen the other way and if Bridges had won, no doubt Paddy Andrews would have man the match. Both got 5 points.
Yeah, they both had a serious 30 minutes of football, one in each half. Looking at it, I suppose Andrews was probably more inspirational because Bridges didn't play well at all, and he produced some brilliant scores in the second half. But I guess you couldn't begrudge Dessie Dolan a man of the match performance after those points he kicked in the first half. And look, a player of that quality probably deserves it, and his Leinster club medal. But fair play to Garrycastle.
2 games in a row now, Gary Dolan has been on the end of chances. He's put them away into the net. The goal gave them a huge boost at the time. It was 1-7 to 2 points, and of course St Brigids were able to bring it back, which was amazing from their point of view. It
really was, yeah. They showed great character. It's hard to know really. Maybe Garrycastle thought the job was done, and one or two lads maybe stop working as hard as they had been, and little things like that can creep through the team. But then all of a sudden Bridges were winning the breaks around midfield and driving forward like their style is. And the points seem to be coming from all angles from Andrews and John O'Loughlin, who did very well in the second half. But we were saying then that if Bridges could get level, it might be a different game. But Garrycastle were able to keep them just a point behind as time kind of started to drift away. And by the time they got level, then it was a bit late, and Garrycastle got that winning free.
As Pat Delaney was saying in the commentary, John O'Loughlin took 2 very good scores there in the second half. Generally, he broke a lot of good ball for them today.
He did, yeah. I mean, him and Andrews were the 2 main reasons why St Brigids came back into the game. You'd have to be fair and say that. There wasn't too many big performances from any of the rest of their big name players. Sean Murray thought it was poor enough. He was dragged out of position a lot, which left a lot of space for Dessie Dolan.
He kicked away a lot of bad ball in the first half as well.
Yeah, he really did. He didn't really show me, what he showed at times in the semi-final, I guess. And then Barry Cahill was unanimous for most of the game. He had a big chance there to equalise as well, and put it wide. So big players like that really didn't deliver for St Brigids today. And then on the other side, Garrycastle's big players like the Dolans, and especially Shawnee O'Donoghue, I thought was brilliant at midfield, and probably if he could have been a contender for man of the match as well, because he really was the playmaker for Garrycastle. Anything that happened that was good went through him.
Were you surprised that Philly Ryan came off and he scored a very important goal in the semi-final? He's a dangerous kind of player who I suppose you keep on the chance of a score. Yeah,
he's dangerous, I suppose, when the game opens up. The way it was, Garrycastle kind of tight at the back, especially on the inside line, 20-30 yards out from goals. He's not the same type of player as Andrews, who's more dynamic. Philly Ryan's kind of more of a poacher, and those chances just weren't coming from him. He got blocked down twice as well in spite a couple of minutes in the second half. So I suppose the manager, McAtee, just looked at it and said maybe it's not his day. Change here might do the team and more good than leaving Philly Ryan on the pitch for the rest of the game.
I mean, from Garrycastle's point of view, as the guys have been saying there on air, it's a big breakthrough now for Westmeath Club football to finally get their name on the cup.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant for Garrycastle. I mean, there's 3 Westmeath titles in a row, and then in the third year they come and produce a Leinster club title, and especially after losing in 2009, you couldn't begrudge them, and the first Westmeath club to do it. They'll always have that, no one can take that away from them now. And for the likes of Dessie Dolan, these guys coming towards the end of their career, it'll be nice for them to be able to look back on.
Would Bridges, I suppose, before we go into a short break, would Bridges be looking back in this game now and saying, God, we were awful in the first 30 minutes. If we'd even got a few more scores in the first half, particularly those frees they missed, they would have had a decent chance of even winning this game. Yeah,
I'm sure they will when they assess the game after. They've had a habit all year of starting slowly, and Garrycastle took full advantage of that in the first half, and Bridges came back into it. But today they just weren't able to get ahead, and that was the big difference, or forced extra time, which might have been a big advantage to them as well.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I ever thought we were going to get to this stage. It's taken years of hard work, perseverance, and huge contributions from so many people I can't mention everyone. I would like, however, to mention everyone that got Garrycastle structures into place. Starting off from Jack Field and Seamus Nugent, the founders of the club. Right through to all the great underage managers we had. We've been lucky enough, this group of players, to have huge success down through the years. And that kind of success doesn't happen by accident. It's taken a huge amount of work from the likes of Gerry O'Neill. I can remember personally dragging me up training. There was John Fagan, Dermot Ryan, Michael Gantley, Des Dolan, Mark McCabe, Gary Salmon. I could name a list very long, but I want to thank each and every one of those who's made a contribution. Thank you. I'd like to thank the very lads that have made this club so special to me, the players that are here. These lads, I couldn't speak highly enough of them. We're best of friends, and we've enjoyed every success we've got through the years. So I wanted to say a big thank you to all the lads for all the years of dedication. I want to thank all our supporters, family and friends out there who've been such an inspiration to us all the way up. Santa Claus mightn't be coming with all this talk of recession, but I think we have everything we need here. I'd like to thank our management team, and what a great management team they are. Anthony Cunningham took over from us 3 years ago. The foundations were laid, but Anthony has turned his team into a group of winners. And I'd like to thank Anthony for all the work he's done. I'd like to thank all the other lads who are involved. Richie, Shay and Ken Vean. Lads, you probably get more hardship than it's worth, but if you're part of the family, it's great to have you there. Thanks very much. Another special thanks to our man Eddie Dunning. Eddie has shown great passion to this club since he came in. He's been the man that's probably the reason why we've got 35, 40 lads training every week. And this is a special tribute to Eddie Dunning. Thanks very much, Eddie. I mentioned Richie. I'd like to thank our loyal sponsors down there as well. I can see a few of them down there. We're going through tough times, but luckily enough we've got some great backers of the club. We've got Keane Moore and St Dan's Tavern, Brendan and Patricia Gaffey, and Paddy Maguire, who provided the gear for today, so thanks very much. Paddy, there could be a few sick puppies in that loan tomorrow, so we might have to send a few in to you. I'd also like to thank our main backer, Michael Gandhi. I see him down there. Oh, Michael! Michael's been with this club for as long as I can remember, and you have to admire the man during these times. His business has probably suffered as much as any, but he's always able to take a risk, and he was there for us when we needed him this year, so thanks very much, Michael. Thanks, Michael! I'd like to say a hard luck to a gallant St Brigids team. Lads, you're a quality outfit, and any side that wins the Dublin Championship, it shows us how good you are. Lads, I know you're going to be back. I'd say to you, just stick together. You'll have your day. And I think just maybe this year, I don't think we want to leave it behind no matter what, and that could have been the difference. So lads, hard luck and we'll see you again. We're getting there. I'd just like to thank Phil Doyle and his well done to his performance today as well, and all the officials. Lads, you've done very well for us, and Martin here beside me. You know, the Leinster Council has done very well to get this championship ran before Christmas, so I want to say well done to them too. Finally, just like to say, there was two very special people to this club who passed away this year. Just last week, Poggy Lynn, who would be remembered throughout Westmeath football circles, especially for his part in the 2004 Leinster winning Westmeath team. And also he's been involved with Garrycastle, and he's well known and he's friendly with a lot of Garrycastle players. And it was tragic to see what happened last week, but I'd like to say, I suppose, think that Poggy was looking down on us today as well.
Here, here.
Another man closer to us was Alan Daly's brother Gerry, who passed away tragically early this year. I suppose sometimes it puts it into perspective just what's important in life, but I know the inspiration that Dollar has drew from this, and I know the inspiration that the players have drew from it as well. And I'd just like to say thanks very much to all the lads for pulling together for Derek. Thanks very much. Before we go, I've been asked to say this. We'll see you in Dan. Thank you.